Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fela Unlimited. Today I will be making this tutorial on how to make a wig step by step from the scratch. If you are joining me here for the first time, it is so good to have you. I am so glad to have you here. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section and I would be so glad to respond to you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so let's get started. Everything you need is listed in the video, so follow the instruction. You will need a foam head, you will need a wig cap. I'm using extra large because that's the size of my head. So you will need the scissors, you will need thread, you will need pins to hold the wig cap down. So the next thing you need to do is to turn your wig cap upside down. The back of the wig cap, because we'll be sewing at the back, and I need you to look at it very well. So the tiny part, you see that pattern, you use the back. So the front part is wider than the back, so you use the narrow one, which is that one that I am pinning down. So you pin it down to hold your wig cap, because this dome head is a little bit smaller than the cap, so I have to use pin to pin it down. So I am sewing my weave to the back so that I would be able to, so that when you turn it, it's going to look more natural. When you turn your hair to look more natural. So that is the reason why I'm sewing it that way. You can see that when you turn it to the other side, when you wear your hair, it looks more natural that way. So that is the reason why I did it like that. So I'll be using a pin to hold this together, because I told you earlier that the dome head is smaller than the wig cap, so it's good to use a pin to hold it together. Second step is to fix my frontal. This is really rough. I've just been keeping it like it has like 3 different patterns. This is the more reason why. In fact, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 different patterns. So you need to lay it very well. Lay the front and push it forward a little bit. Center, make sure it's centralized with this, and pin. Yeah, put a pin, then pin it at the back, because you're going to be doing a lot of adjustments. Then you pin it at the back, just hold it down. At the side, make sure that it is well aligned. Then you pin it down, make sure it is firm, and you pin it down on the other side here too. Pin it down here. So use your clip to hold your hair so it won't get in your way. Then you start using the pins to hold it down together to make it easy for you to sew. By pinning it, you need to keep using your hand to draw it back, so that the frontal or the lace wig you're trying to fix will lay flat on the wig cap. So that's the reason why you need to keep using your hand to draw the frontal or lace wig back to adjust it. So you note that you're not going to sew this front, because we'll be cutting the underneath wig cap that is just between this place and this place. We're going to be cutting it off, so you do not have to sew this place. So now you're going to sew from here down to this point. So let's get started, guys. You to start sewing from underneath here. use a new thread to start. When I get to this side or this side, use a new thread to start here and make up some wig. Now we are done with the second step, so let's move to the next step. You can see this is how it looks when you're done with the second step, and the next thing is for you to take out the pins, and let's start the third step. You have to to make it easier for you, just keep using your pins to hold your weave down. Just the way I'm doing it, it makes it a lot easier. Then you start sewing. One of the problem people do have is that they don't know how much spacing they need to put in between. I am using 1/2 inch here. That's the spacing I'm putting between each step, so your hair is not going to like be too scanty or not looking good at all. So half an inch is okay for you to put in between each weave, so it makes it look more moderate, not too full, not too scanty. And I'm not using a double weave, I am using a single weave, so 1/2 inch is just perfect. Getting towards the finishing line, the finishing part, a lot of people do make mistake of doubling their weave. When you double your weave towards the finishing part where you have your lace wig or your closure, it makes your hair puffy and unequal. That's why you see some people you see that their wig is kind of high and is unequal. It doesn't balance, it doesn't go flat. So the best thing is just for you to use a single weave, because most weave come doubled. So you remove it and you use single weave. It makes it flat, it makes it look more natural, just the way I'm doing it. I actually use like single weave from the scratch, which is okay with me, but a lot of people use double, which is fine too. But when you get towards the end, when you're about to close your wig up, I would advise you not to use double, just make it single. It makes it look more natural and more beautiful. Yes, this is the end of our third step. So guys, all we need to do right now is to take this out, and this is the back. As you can see, this is really clean. This is really clean, looking so nice, so neat. You can hardly tell if there's any sewing there. You can hardly tell if there's any sewing. So the next thing we need to do is to cut this out with the scissors. You need to cut this out with the scissors. And this is how you do it. Just put your hand in between it this way and cut out. And be careful, you need to check, make sure you're cutting out the right part. Just put your hand in between it this way and you start cutting. So you have to be careful, don't cut your hands, don't cut the sewn parts, so you won't have to start again. And I love the way this hair came out. I got this weave from Hair by Adiza. You can check her out on Instagram, Hair by Adiza. So that the hair won't get in your way. And do the same thing here. This off. This one we need to come off. Okay guys, this is the end of today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. If you really do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, share with your friends so that they can learn something too. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so you can get more of my videos. So I'll see you next time guys. Bye.